Hey, what's up guys? Today we're taking a look at the FiiTii HifiAir 2. We took a look at the HifiAir 1 about 9 months back. It's the last video on this channel, by the way. It wasn't actually called the HifiAir 1, but it's the HifiAir, so this is a 2. It's kind of a follow-up to that. And there's not a lot to say about these pair of earbuds, and you'll figure out why in a few minutes, because this is going to be a relatively short video. So starting from the box itself, it's much lower quality than what we had from last year, the HifiAir 1. That one felt really decent, but this kind of feels like they decided to go really cheap on packaging, which is surprising because every single FiiTii earbuds I've tried out up to now had fairly decent packaging and they were really good. I mean, this is fairly okay, but it's a step down from what they used to be. So on the back here, we have a few specifications like Bluetooth 5.3, ANC, which is noise cancellation, in case you didn't know that. Then you also have the ENC, and you have touch key, which is also, as I mentioned in my last video, their code name for touch control, and mono or dual phone call function, and low latency mode. Again, as I said on the one for the review for the HifiAir 1, I didn't really notice a difference using this, and it's the same for this pair of earbuds. And you kind of have this pull tab right here. In the box, it's kind of underwhelming because I've reviewed other FiiTii earbuds, and this kind of feels, as I said before, like a major step down from what they used to be. So you now have this very cheap sort of foam. I don't understand what is going on here.
Disappointing.
Yeah, I don't know if you can see what I'm saying, but if you've seen my last video, you know they often have better packaging than this. You have the ear tips in here, and you have some of the whatever these are, so like the usual stuff, the manual, the are you happy or not card that comes with every FiiTii device. But also this time they have a companion app that you can use to control the app, sort of like the Beats app, but we'll come back to that in a bit. You can scan the QR code to install it on both Android and iOS, and I have, and again we'll come back to it. So going to the boards themselves, started from the outside. This again, I'm not sure how I feel about this sort of squircle shape. I mean, that's what I'll call it. It's not a square, it's not a circle either. So the magnets are a lot cheaper than the HifiAir 1. Like they just don't feel the same quality as HifiAir. Oh, by the way, these are the same price as the HifiAir 1. They are £50. So let's just get that right out of the way. But they don't feel as good as the HifiAir 1, to be honest. Like the hinge, the old snapping, it just doesn't feel like something they made, and it's sort of disappointing. While this will look familiar to the HifiAir 1, there are a couple of key differences here, sort of like these new microphone holes outside here, and the earbuds themselves do have a different sort of tip. Let me see if I can show you that. Right, I mean they're fairly sort of like almost the same as the HifiAir 1, but you can see you now have this, and as I said, the quality just kind of looks like a major step down from what they used to have. I mean, coming to even the ear tips themselves. So it also advertised that these are very comfortable to wear, same as the HifiAir 1. And to be honest, they are, except for some reason, these don't exactly stay in my ears. I've probably said this 1,000 times now. I have really small ear holes, so getting earbuds to stay in my ears without hurting my ears is kind of a difficult quest. I'm also having the same issue with the Beats here, although these stay much longer than these in my. These just kind of keep sliding out for some reason. I didn't have that kind of issue with the HifiAir 1, so they somehow changed the shape and made it worse for people like me to some extent. I really have no idea what they were thinking when they decided to make this like this. I have also listened to podcasts with these, and they sound okay. The voice quality isn't like a 10 out of 10 or something like that, but like they're good enough for everyday use. I mean, if you're spending £50 on a pair of earbuds, you can't really sort of like go wrong with this, right? Unless you are really a small ear holes like me and it keeps slipping out. But the problem I really have with this is I have used the first generation HifiAir, and these just kind of feel like an overall letdown from the build quality I'm used to from my iPhone. And yeah, they did send this over, but again, the review is totally my opinion. Nothing they have said is influencing this or not, but I truly think these are good earbuds. Now, these still do charge with USB-C. They charge fairly okay. The battery life is about 4 to 6 hours depending on how you use it. And again, it's mostly the same as the HiFi 1 first generation, except you now have these sort of like I have no idea what to call this right here now. The sound quality is on par with the first generation. It is slightly better. I don't know if you noticed. And the noise cancellation for this price, it is okay. As I said in my HiFi 1 review, the transparency mode is almost non-existent, but it is there and it works
reasonably.
Now let's talk about the new companion app that comes with this thing. So to actually make this connect to any device, you have to take them out of the case. Both of them. I don't know if you've noticed, since you probably have, but it hasn't connected yet. So you kind of have to fiddle with it a bit, go into manual settings, and for some reason it wants your location. I don't like this, but if you don't, it won't show it. There you go. It shows up now. The companion app is kind of like the Beats app in some way. It lets you do some of the more basic stuff, like, control. Oh, I've also forgot to mention, this also has 2 levels of noise reduction now, like the nothing ear ones. You have a transparency mode, you have a mild noise reduction, you have a strong noise reduction. And then going into the control, you can remap your controls to, well, with a fair amount of custom sort of like settings, because for some of these gestures, they only limit it to, so let me just show you what I mean. For example, the single tap one only limits you to the volume of the previous song, and the double click one limits you to, well, playback and the load delay, which I never try that because it's I don't really game or anything. So again, like my year one, the first generation review, it's not a noticeable difference. So, and then for the triple click one, you're kind of limited to the volume one. It's a weird choice of sort of like control. Yeah, it's basically what you want. I mean, yeah, the app basically sort of gives you a way to remap the default sort of like mappings for the earbuds themselves to something you are much more familiar with, and that's basically what it does. So, what do I think about these earbuds? They're okay for the price. They do have noise cancellation, which isn't really sort of like, I don't think which would be the reason you'd be getting these earbuds, but they have it, and they do have transparency mode, but they're also slightly bigger. They have this awkward shape. Battery life is still the same. Packaging is somehow worse. The case feels like worse quality to me. I'd say if you could find the HiFi 1, just get those instead. These are okay too, but I'm not sure I could really recommend these over the HiFi 1, which I loved, by the way, when I tried them out. I really did like those, but I can't get these to stay in my ears, even though I have the smallest ear tips installed. They keep sliding out. Call quality is very decent too. I used them for a couple of phone calls and they're fairly decent. Apart from that, either way, well, as I say, there's not a lot to say about this, and I'm guessing this video still managed to make it past the 6 minutes mark. Sorry about that. Well, as always, it has been it for these earbuds. And totally unrelated about the channel itself. If you notice, I haven't made a video in about 9 months now. Consumer tech kind of got boring. I don't know. And in case you didn't know, this channel actually started from me making software content. A lot of things that lived on XDA Forum at the time. You know what XDA Forum is. Hacking on Android kernels and, installing custom ROMs and all that kind of stuff. Software review. That's where the channel started from. And let me know in the comments below if you'd like to see more software stuff and probably even coding stuff, or I might just make a new channel for that kind of thing. Although I have put up a few sort of like coding related content on here, but they've been mostly low key. So just let me know if you'd like to see more of those or any of those at all, or you just like to keep it to the consumer tech part of things or gadgets. Either way, that's been it for this video. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you guys hopefully not in the next 9 months. Hopefully soon. Peace.